Said he wants to fight Anthony Joshua in 2026.
And the haters online are like, yeah, do it.
Well, they're like, what about now?
Yeah.
They're like, what about fight him now? He's like, no, I want to wait till 2026. Like, okay.
To put on weight?
Put all the steroids, every steroid they have.
I would watch. Here's the thing. I would watch it.
And maybe if you could let me in on some of that, whatever, I don't know, the special stuff that you might be taking. I don't know.
No. I think it's a very dangerous fight for Jake Paul. Very dangerous. He's probably got one chance to try and counterpunch. And if he catches Joshua, he might do something, but I see that as 100.
Anthony Joshua fired back at Jake Paul after shocking PED allegations emerged. Joe Rogan hinted that Jake might be buying time to bulk up and potentially use performance enhancers before facing AJ. Paul insists he'll fight in 2026, not 2025, sparking intense speculation about his training, weight gain, and transformation.
That Dubois guy, though, holy man, the way he took out Anthony Joshua.
I know.
Yeah, Jake wants to fight Anthony Joshua now.
I know that I will beat Anthony Joshua's.
Said he wants to fight Anthony Joshua in 2026.
And the haters online are like, yeah, do it.
Well, they're like, what about now?
Yeah.
They're like, what about fight him now? He's like, no, I want to wait till 2026. Like, okay.
To put on weight?
Put all the steroids, every steroid they have.
I would watch. Here's the thing. I would watch
venom.
it.
Oh, by the way,
scorpion venom.
Rollo reached out to me, John Rollo, my boy, and he sells this blue scorpion. He wants to get you some, Gordon.
I'll have some.
All right, I'll have him send you some.
Get on the
I'll take
scorpion.
quadruple doses, like a.
Yeah,
we'll see what happens. I'm gonna start slow. I'm gonna find out if I get poisoned.
Yeah, just.
What are we doing? We're drinking venom from scorpions?
That is weird.
That's weird. He's got the dopest tattoos.
One of the hottest debates in boxing right now is whether Jake Paul is using performance-enhancing drugs. PED. Many analysts and fans believe his rapid muscle growth and increased speed seem unnatural. His shocking body transformation in a short time has raised concerns, especially as he keeps defeating professional fighters despite having only a few years of boxing experience. Is this pure talent or something more?
And maybe if you could let me in on some of that, whatever, I don't know, the special stuff that you might be taking. I don't know.
This nigga looks like a hot pocket, bro. Everyone says he be doing type of PEDs, and I'll be in the crib.
Yeah, bro. Like, there's no way. Whatever stuff I'm taking ain't working, bro.
Actually, like, what do you think it is that about Jake that makes people say that he's on something? Like, what? Like, is it just the fact that he's progressed so much in the sport?
Like, I don't know why I couldn't put any weight on, and you were able to put on. You said 230.
I can gain weight so easy.
This is why Jake Paul is on PEDs. Within this past year, Jake Paul has literally hit a second puberty and aged like 10 years. Furthermore, he has acne and his hairline is receding like crazy. And people like Jake Paul are going to the best skin doctors in the world and probably are taking hair loss products that aren't even approved for the rest of us. Now, I'm not saying that Jake Paul necessarily took a steroid to make him look bigger, but he's definitely taking something that allows him to recover faster. That way he's able to train more and get better at boxing quickly.
Jake Paul isn't just after Anthony Joshua. He's now calling out Alex Pereira, a former UFC champion with devastating knockout power. This bold move has sent shockwaves through the combat sports world, as many see Pereira as a dangerous opponent. While Jake's confidence fuels pay-per-view hype, experts believe he's risking too much by challenging elite knockout artists beyond his level.
And maybe if you could let me in on some of that, whatever, I don't know, the special stuff that you might be taking. I don't know. No, I'm just messing with you.
This nigga looks like a hot pocket, bro. Everyone says he be doing type of PEDs, and I'll be in the crib.
Yeah, bro. Like, there's no way. Whatever stuff I'm taking ain't working, bro.
He has a terrible build, bro. If he was taking shit.
Jake Paul's physical transformation has sparked intense debate among fans and analysts. Observers note that he appears older, has developed acne, and has undergone a drastic body change. His once undefined midsection is now sculpted with visible muscle. This rapid transformation has fueled speculation about possible PED use, raising questions about fairness, sports integrity, and performance enhancement in professional boxing.
all of Jake Paul's power is coming from those PEDs that he's injecting. He has all this acne. Oh, his chin grew, or he's all red. These are all signs.
I see all those allegations all the time, but I need to see the evidence.
Up until we're provided with evidence that he is taking PEDs, and I'm not going to accuse him of that.
Is there a possibility that he's taking PEDs? Of course there is. But you can't just see his body transformation and completely say with 100% certainty that he's taking PEDs.
Boxing fans are debating how Jake Paul has managed to defeat professional fighters with only 4 years of training. Traditionally, elite boxers spend a lifetime mastering their craft before competing at the highest level. Some credit Jake's rapid rise to hard work, while others question if an unfair advantage or something controversial is fueling his success.
Over it. Those little bumps you had on your face kind of alarmed me. You wouldn't be happening to taking PEDs, are you?
Listen, if you want to build in excuses right now,
no, I'm just asking.
Go ahead.
Because I was just wondering. I looked at your face, it looked kind of serious. You had some rage and you acting all unorthodox. You know, those are signs of the PEDs.
I'm enraged. I'm not enraged at all.
Are you taking PEDs?
No, sir.
Not at all? Okay.
No, sir.
That's
Do you think
what
he's on PEDs?
I don't care. You better.
Jake Paul recently addressed these allegations in an exclusive interview, admitting that many suspect him of using steroids. He dismissed the rumors as absurd, claiming his physique results from intense training, strict nutrition, and discipline. However, skepticism persists, especially among boxing purists who question his authenticity in the high-stakes fight industry.
Once I'm slightly older, I'm basically going to drink tequila and intermittent fast.
What's Jake Paul going to look like after his boxing career?
People think I do steroids and all this shit, so I have a plan because I think it's bizarre. That's like the only excuse they can come up with is like rigged fights. Jake Paul does steroids. So after boxing, I'm going to do a cycle of steroids to show people what Jake Paul on steroids actually looks like, because I want to shut people the up.
Sports analyst Simon Jordan has shared his thoughts on Jake Paul's boxing journey, calling it both unusual and unrealistic. He argues that jumping from being a YouTuber to challenging boxing legends like Anthony Joshua and Canelo Alvarez doesn't sit well with the traditional boxing community. While Jake Paul has undeniably brought entertainment, views, and pay-per-view PPV revenue to the sport, critics believe he hasn't truly earned the right to face elite-level fighters in high-stakes, high-revenue bouts.
As a boxing purist, it doesn't sit well, but as a normal working-class lad, I've been asked by builders, would you fight Jake Paul for 5 million quid? I never got 5 million quid for fighting anyone else in a fight, so it's the silliest question in the world. I've been retired 7 years, I'm still very confident. If you give me 3 weeks to get off the couch, I'll probably still beat him with one hand. It's not. Yeah. He's not a good fighter, so it's not even being disrespectful to him. As a YouTuber, as a presenter in what he does, he blows me out the water. That's his line of work. But you're stepping into boxing, another profession. Now, to call the likes of Canelo out, I think is disrespectful. To call Anthony Joshua out is lunacy, but we know why it's happening and why he does it.
Forget Jake Paul. Forget Jake Paul. A lot of tickets. Paul, I mean, Jake Paul's going to do what Jake Paul does, but Anthony Joshua, and with respect to you and what you did and didn't earn in your career, Anthony Joshua has earned a king's ransom. Yeah. So he doesn't need to be fiddle with this, does he? Yeah.
No, he doesn't. But again, all I keep seeing from people out there is, when is enough enough? And I get that. But when you're retired at 33, 34, and you've got to make that last, now you've got more experience than me in this, dealing with a lot of footballers in the past as well, and business people who have to make a certain amount of budget last. It's the easiest money you'll probably ever make.
Tommy Fury, who previously defeated Jake Paul, recently shared his thoughts on Paul's bold ambitions. Fury revealed that he fought Jake with a broken hand, yet still secured the win. Now, Jake is targeting Anthony Joshua, an elite and dominant fighter. Fury suggests this might be more about generating hype, pay-per-view sales, and sponsorship revenue rather than a legitimate boxing challenge.
I wanted to give a little opinion on everything I've been seeing on social media lately. Jake Paul versus Anthony Joshua. Just wanted to come in here and remind everybody that bum couldn't beat me when I basically had a broken hand. I had one hand and he still lost. Jake Paul, I'm still your daddy, and everybody weighing this fight up, don't bother, because he ain't worth a shilling. And the loss will always be there, Mr. Paul. Take it easy and have a good day.
Gareth A. Davies breaks down the potential mega fight between Jake Paul and Anthony Joshua, emphasizing the huge payday Jake could score, around $50 million. He highlights the significant size and power gap, with Joshua towering at 6 feet 7 inches and much heavier than Jake Paul's 6 feet 2 inches frame, creating a major challenge.
I'm not sure Anthony Joshua's going to play the game like everyone else. And it could be fairly calamitous, I think, if Joshua stepped into a ring with Jake Paul. But we're going to watch it because we want to see Jake Paul get knocked the F out. We do. Everyone wants to see it. I mean, I've even said it to him. I was looking forward to Mike Tyson him knocking the fuck out. Doesn't surprise me. He's looking for the biggest names out there, and it just shows that he's prepared to put himself on the line to promote himself.
Would it be more competitive than the Ngannou fight, in your opinion, or less?
That's a very good analogy. It's a very good comparison. Much less competitive. I mean, I think it's got to be at that level of exhibition bout. I think it's a very dangerous fight for Jake Paul. Very dangerous. He's probably got one chance to try and counterpunch. And if he catches Joshua, he might do something, but I see that as a 100% win for Anthony Joshua.
He highlights Anthony Joshua's knockout power, likening it to a powerful mule kick while recognizing his past challenges against elite boxers. Despite these concerns, the potential matchup would still spark massive interest and draw huge attention from fans, offering huge paydays. Meanwhile, Jake Paul has repeatedly disrespected boxing legends.
I want to fight Anthony Joshua exclusive because I know that I will.
I'm so sorry for my English, but I have to. See, Jake Paul does lots of good things. He has a camp for kids where he, I guess, gives training and coaching and gloves and environment for kids in Puerto Rico. He helped lots of boxers to get the bigger purse than they deserve. He has done some good things, and you are kind of trying to be on his side, but then he says something like that. Like you almost are on his side, and then he says, I want to fight Anthony Joshua and Canelo at the same night or whatever. Jake, fighting Anthony Joshua and Canelo is not fighting Tyron Woodley or 60 years old Mike Tyson with Alzheimer's. Anthony Joshua is able to literally kill you. No doubt. If his mission is to kill you on the ring, he will kill you. You lost against Tommy Fury. Tommy Fury won against you. What Anthony Joshua want? Canelo, my friend. Canelo, you would need the liver replacement after Canelo fight. I promise you. I don't know. So stop doing that shit. Do the good things you are doing, and we will be on your side. Just stop saying crazy shit like this.
Jake Paul has mentioned fighting Tank Davis, who just battled Lamont Roach and is now looking for bigger challenges. However, the weight class difference is a big issue. Jake fights at a much heavier weight, while Davis is a lightweight. For this fight to happen, Jake would need to drop a lot of weight, which could affect his future plans, like a potential showdown with Anthony Joshua in 2026. Joe Rogan weighed in, suggesting Jake might want more time before facing Joshua. Rogan speculates that Jake could be looking to gain weight, possibly even using steroids instead of fighting Joshua in 2025. Jake has confirmed he'll fight Joshua in 2026, giving himself extra time to bulk up for the battle.
So a Tank Davis versus Jake Paul exhibition match was going to take place after the Lamont Roach fight, until Tank drew with Roach, leading to a rematch. Now, I'm going to say the unpopular opinion here, but the size difference would have been way too much. I mean, even if Tank brought Jake down to 190 or 200 pounds, he would have still been way too big. I mean, no matter how good a lightweight is, they would have almost no chance against a cruiserweight or heavyweight ranked top 200 in his division. And I'm sure people are going to bring up Floyd Mayweather versus Logan Paul, but Logan is just not a good boxer relative to Jake. You know, Jake's been training for a couple years, he's had over 10 pro fights, and Mayweather was also a junior middleweight in this fight, not a lightweight like Tank. But that being said, I'm glad Tank and Jake isn't happening. You know, it would have been a fun spectacle, but I'm not the biggest fan of the exhibition stuff. And instead now Tank and Roach will be rematching in June. You know, the first fight did a little over 260,000 pay-per-view buys, which isn't bad in this market. Roach absolutely deserves a second fight, so I do think the rematch will do far more numbers. And as for Jake, I want to see him fight big-name boxers around his weight class. You know, the Tommy Fury rematch, for example, he's undefeated. The first fight did a little over 800,000 pay-per-view buys. He's around the same age range, so that's the fight I want to see, not the exhibitions. But let me know what you guys think.
Thanks for watching today's video. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications for more exclusive content, upcoming updates, and exciting behind-the-scenes action. Stay tuned.